one self alone exists eternally. It is Purnam, the perfect fullness of the nature of Brahman, the vast absolute. It is Satchidananda, being, consciousness, bliss. Unborn, endless, indestructible. Completely formless and undifferentiated. That ever is, just as it is. And this one self, infinite and eternal, is your very existence. There is no other kind of self. It cannot be lost. It cannot be attained. It is. And there is no one existing separate from that to miss it or to grasp it. It is said to be realizable, not in the sense of making it more real, for it is already real. As Sri Bhagavan has stated, how to make more real that which is already real, how to realize. But it can be realized in the sense of self-knowledge, in unrealizing the unreal. In other words, not taking to be real that which is unreal, not imagining the self to be that which is not. To realize the self is to abide in that as that itself, with no differentiation. The immensity and depth of this is ineffable. And in revealing the truth of it, silence is most eloquent, as in the case of the Maharshi, and in ancient days, Dakshinamurti. There may be said to be two approaches to trying to realize this. One is to try to bring this vastness within the context of the present conceiving mind. This is not recommended because that's the way samsara is caused. The other is to dissolve that very mind and absorbing the truth by being absorbed in it. The Maharshi said that that which he had realized, what he had attained, was certainly possible for all. For it is the same self, as the Gita says, that dwells in the hearts of all. There not being a multiplicity of selves. A multiplicity of selves is an illusion born of imagination. It is possible for you to realize. And that which seeks to realize is itself that which is to be realized. Satchidananda, being, consciousness, bliss. It is possible for you to abide as being, for being is your very existence, apart from which there is no other existence. All that is required is a profound inquiry to know your own existence as it is. Chit is consciousness. It is possible to abide as that infinite, space-like consciousness, always. For that indeed is the only consciousness that actually is. Ananda is bliss. It is possible to abide in the fullness of bliss, for happiness is undoubtedly within, and within is the self, which is yourself truly. Again, what is required is an inquiry to know that which is within, to know yourself. What is actually your very existence? It cannot be that which appears and disappears, gross or subtle. What actually is your very consciousness? It cannot be anything perceived or conceived. Relinquishing such from your sense of identity, what remains? Certainly not a body. Certainly nothing of the senses. And not anything conceived in thought, the mind. What remains? Unrealize the unreal. That is, cease to regard as yourself that which yourself cannot possibly actually be. Who is the individual who misidentifies, who can be apparently capable of being a bound one? Who is the individual? If the individual is sought through profound inquiry, who am I? There is found to be no individual at all, answering to the name of I. All that is found to exist is that vast being consciousness bliss, without beginning and without end. There being in truth no unbound, there is in reality no bondage. Realizing this conclusively, without doubt and without differentiation, is referred to as liberation. It is liberation from the imagined bondage. Certainly this is possible. Certainly you can accomplish this. By your own light, discriminate as to what is real and what is not, who you are and what you're not. Discriminate, inquire, fueled by the desire to know yourself, because to know yourself is to abide in lasting, indestructible happiness. Inquire. You cannot be simultaneously the eternal, the immortal, and the transient, the non-objective and the objective, the motionless and that which is subject to activity, the undifferentiated and the individualized. Inquire. The nature of your existence is always the same. The self never changes its nature. What is that unchanging nature in you? Brahman is beyond description. Yet the Vedas have declared Tattvamasi, that you are. That is Brahman, the real self. Who is the you that is that? Only the real self. As for the are part, and you are that, it is self-evident. Indeed, you can know the self and repose in the innate state. There comes a time when you laugh and recognize it is not possible not to know yourself. Is there one self who does not know another? Bodiless, mind transcendent, egoless you are. Realize this at heart, and you will remain naturally happy, at peace. By your own light, inquire within yourself.